Aloha! Hey, it's Julie Ziemelis, 365 Hawaii, 365 Group, Keller Williams, that's who I am. And I'm here with the illustrious Lance Owens from LUVA Real Estate. And as you guys know, we are the best real estate show in Hawaii. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
That's
There's
what I think
no
we do.
question about it.
We've been doing this now for 4 years. 4 years.
Man.
So I think that we are the
That
longest
is
running monthly real
longest
estate
run.
show.
That consistently it does it monthly and late every month without question.
I know.
We are, so we're the number
But
one
the people
show.
on YouTube don't know that we're a little bit late, but we
Yeah.
appreciate the people joining us live.
Yeah.
So what we're going to be talking about is Lance is going to talk about statistics and trends, and then we're going to have some insighting going on. And also we have a question that was brought up in the group about leasehold. And so I was going to ask you
okay.
some questions about that. So
She always
let's...
surprises me. Never lets me
Yeah,
get
he doesn't
ready
know what he's.
for
Yeah,
it.
I shock him every day. But we are discussing what's happening in West Hawaii because there's some good things happening. I think we got a lot of people coming out to buy houses lately. It seems on my side. So what's going on with your side?
Well, we're getting aloha guys, real quick. We're seeing movement again. Things are happening. We are looking at and if you remember about last month, we were talking about, was that an abnormality? It was the first time in probably a year and a half, I think, that we've been under $1 million on median price. Mm-hmm. I meant to do this for the show, but median price actually jumped to the highest it's ever been this month.
Oh, really?
So it's never been higher.
Oh.
It's 1.277.
Wow.
Is the median price for a home right now.
But
So-
keep in mind, you guys, we also don't have a lot of inventory.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. We're going to jump into that.
Okay.
So 1.277777 is the median price right now.
Okay.
Last year at this time it was 985, and I believe that's what it was though actually last month. Too.
Yeah.
So 985. So that actually means it's been less than a year since it's been over $1 million.
Okay. Yeah.
So that just corrected my statement.
Yeah, yep.
So,
And it does seem that really good homes and decent neighborhoods that aren't mansions are going for about 1.2.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
seems to be a good hot point right now.
Yeah.
For sure. Jumping into days on market, I know when I walked in here, Julie was asking me about days on market. We looked it up real quick. So as of from March 1st till today, days on market average were 44 days on the market.
So that's okay, and that's I asked Lance if we knew what they were last year. We don't.
So I did.
Oh,
I
you
looked it up real quick. I got it while she wasn't paying attention to it.
Good. Let's hear it.
So
I make him do instant statistics
yeah.
too.
So it was 21 days.
Oh, see, yeah,
21
okay.
days,
So it has
average
dropped
in
in half in terms of timing on the market.
Increased, yeah, 100%.
Oh, increased 100%. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I had to think before I opened up my mouth because I'm like, wait a minute. Who's right or wrong?
Okay, so because we also last month, it'll be interesting to see what you say this month, that we had sales drop 50%.
About 45%, yeah.
Okay,
is
so what
we
are we
had last month.
looking at this time?
Yeah, we're looking at the same thing.
Okay,
45%.
45%,
So,
okay.
interestingly enough, the new listings have dropped 33%. Is the number of new listings.
Okay.
So technically, we should be catching up, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's where we want to be, but we're not because the amount of homes that are available active today are back down to 86. Remember, we were jumping up over 100, and we were kind of like, "Is this a sign?
Right, something's going
Is
to
it
happen here."
happening? But it's been under 100 now for a few months. So
Yeah, yeah.
And 86 is the lowest I think I've seen it in a while. So.
Yeah. That's
This-
and going back for people who might not have known the show in the back in the day. What do you think is a healthy market? What have you seen in terms of like available listings?
I mean, we should be up at 150 listings, so we're almost at half of where we should be, honestly. 150, 160, you know,
Half the listings, half
45%.
from down on sales, and then
Half the active listings, yeah.
half the active
Yeah,
listings.
yeah.
And then, but price is still
up.
hanging.
Price is still up.
Still
there.
up,
Price
still
is
up,
still
yeah.
strong because of exactly what's happening.
Right,
You know?
that there's still buyers in the market. There's
Just
not that much
almost-
inventory, so
yeah.
you have to fight for what is out there, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If it's something good, you move on it right away. If it's not, people are letting it sit. You know, for
Right.
that average days on the market to go to 44, that's kind of interesting.
right, that's a sitting. But get this though, knowing what we see in the market right now, there are a couple homes on the market. They've been there for a very, very, very long time.
Yes.
Because they're kind of not quite perfect, you could say. I'm not going to use the word dogs, but there are some homes that just have some problems.
Some of them are kind of functionally obsolete. That's a word we like to use. So they're, the bedrooms are set up weird. It doesn't have enough bathrooms for a house of its size. And we have problems. It's amazing how many people have reached out to me this month to ask me about, I need a contractor for this. I need an electrician for that. I need something. And it's like, everybody's still so busy.
Yeah,
It's kind of,
yeah.
it's hard. It makes it very, very difficult. It reminds me, this is how it was in 2005 with trying to find contractors and things like that.
Yeah. So speaking of that, Eric and I have seen some homes on the market that I don't know if they're foreclosure per se, but they're in an absolute desperate need. Like I think there's one on Nani Kailua that is like it just needs all kinds of help. But I think some of these people are afraid to get into those kinds of homes because the fact that you have to use contractors and get all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then knowing that you're probably not going to get those people to help you right away, then you're carrying the debt load on a house that you can't flip or use very often right away.
And then you're gambling on the market.
Yeah.
What's happening in the market? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down?
Yeah.
What happens if I carry it too long? And if I borrow money, I'm paying at this high interest rate now.
Yeah, that's true too.
So there's a lot of factors there for sure.
Yeah. So are you seeing investors in the market buying houses like that, trying to do any kind of flips or anything?
Our personal business has been very, very slow. So when I can usually talk about, I've got 5 clients doing this or 2 doing that. We're working on 2 new listings. One will be out in a couple of days. And another one, we're doing the presentation tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll wish us luck on that. And so other than that, the phones have slowed down quite a bit, like the 45%. We're talking about it at our brokerage, it's going over it with the agents and stuff, that, our brokerage numbers, the dollar amount that we've had year over year is down in almost in half.
Wow,
so
there you go.
Yeah,
half.
so it's like, don't be surprised, you guys, because so is everything else.
Yeah.
So it's interesting,
Yeah, well, I did see maybe some glimmer of good hope. You pop your Ola. And because the market's
our
been
almost
down.
Sponsor.
Yeah, there you go. I've been drinking 50% less. I got my
increased.
iced tea.
Thank you, Eric.
Let them pass. Here's the iced tea. There you go. But the national news says that buyers are starting to come back in the market. And I was listening to some information on Inman Connect, and they were talking. They had asked a bunch of realtors all over the country, "What are you seeing?" And a bunch of people say we're seeing buyers jumping back into the market. So I think that maybe people are seeing that the Fed might hold on to those interest rates, and maybe when they meet in May, they're not going to go nuts, and maybe they're getting excited about it. Mortgage applications have gone up markedly for the last 4 weeks in a row. So more people are thinking that now is the time to maybe buy a house.
I think they are, and I think they're seeing that these rates are probably around for a while, and hopefully, I think that they're not going to go crazy too. I kind of I forget who I placed a friendly wager with that we'd be at 5.5 by the summer. We'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll see. We didn't. There's a lot of surprises in the world today. So every day, I've got another friendly wager with my brother on Southwest Airlines stock too. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully, I'm winning money this summer.
What is interesting you say that. You're right, because I'm going on vacation. We're taking Southwest in May, and someone said, "Well, be careful about taking it in June or July because they're going to go on strike." Is that what you mean by the stock market?
No, just over their big mess that they had at Christmas and the
time.
holidays.
Well, that's the reason why they're thinking about going.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they're thinking about going on strike.
Yeah.
Because they don't see any. The employees haven't seen anything different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
Let's fix the problem. We'll all go on strike.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Well, it makes them wake up and listen.
Yeah.
So in terms of, I know that you're looking at overall numbers, but do you have what's happening, with South Kahala is doing compared to North Kona?
You're not going to jump in. Let's finish. Let me do condos real quick. Okay.
The condos, that's right.
Condos real quick. Condos are at 580 median price. That's up over 515 last year.
Yep.
Days on market are at 32 this month, and they were at 11 a year ago.
Wow.
11 days on the market. So, we're showing condos on the market for a month now as the average.
Yeah.
Absorption rate on condos right now is at 57%. Absorption rate on homes is at 36%.
And tell them again what that means.
So absorption rate, the amount of inventory versus things that are selling and what's going on. But really what we want to do, below 15 is a buyer's market, above 20 is a seller's market. We used to always be in the 5 to 15, 15 to 20, 21, 22. So we've been at these ridiculous numbers now for a long, long time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it is still seriously a seller's market.
Okay.
So.
And every time we talk about this, it always seems we're kind of saying there's not enough inventory.
And that's what makes it a seller's
Right.
market,
So it's just
is
everyone
inventory.
just really
Yeah.
wants to be here, and a lot of people don't want to leave.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
it.
I will tell you though, little like I'm starting to see some people kind of like saying maybe it's time to go. I've had 2 or 3 of our friends starting to say, you know what, now that the pandemic's over and they've been here for a couple years, that the shine is worn off, and that they are thinking that they would rather get better jobs, better dating experiences, and go someplace else.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the typical though, right? Most people last 2 or 3 years and they're out of here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So we're hitting that.
Yeah, we talked about that might be
Yeah.
happening. So
Yeah.
then we said like the summer of 2023
Yep.
was about 3 years after people first got here. Yeah. So,
And we would see it, and we saw. It's been. Nobody can compare this to any other time in history, but it's been interesting because people were seeing things open up on the mainland early, and they were watching their kids, their brothers and sisters' children, out there playing soccer, playing football, and doing things, and we were on lockdown for a solid year after that. So we had a little influx of those people leaving. That have left already. Now I think we're probably coming back into our normal 2 to 3 year honeymoon's over.
Yeah.
And it's time to go back home.
yeah,
So.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
So what else we got?
So jumping in that, you want to know South Kohala?
Yeah.
What do we want to know? Number sales or median price?
Medium price.
Median price on South Kohala. Did you see that article I did? I got called from Hawaii Business Magazine. And it was interesting that Kohala prices had gone down
Like 60% or something.
significantly on the amount, the dollar, the
Yeah.
median price. So if I look at it right now, South Kohala, a year ago they were at
No, these are single family
condominiums?
homes. Condominiums.
Single family homes.
Okay.
I was doing the condominium
Okay.
one, and they were at 1.343 a year ago.
Yeah.
And they're at 962, so there was a 30% drop
Yeah, wow.
in value on that. So that's
Okay.
huge. And then on residential, they are up. Residential went from 790 to 875.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that was investors not putting money into the condo market. Who buys $1.3 million condos?
Yeah, it's people that will usually subsidize their home ownership,
With
by
short-term
rental.
vacation rentals, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
short-term
so-
vacation rentals. So we do see a lot of that there.
Yeah.
And
But I'll tell you, there ain't no shortage of tourists coming in. We had just as busy this spring than they did in 2019.
yeah.
So the gang's all still here coming to Hawaii Island. So
Traffic's still a mess. It hasn't changed. It's supposed to be lightening up for the summer. I haven't seen
I
that
haven't
yet.
seen it yet either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we still live in paradise, damn it.
Yeah.
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 So.
I just changed my hours of driving.
Yeah, right. I get off the road. I get off the road before 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then it's a little crazy.
And I'm not taking a kid to school at 7:30 in the morning.
I let my son drive himself there. He can sit in his own traffic.
Perfect.
Okay, so then is there any other like close by market like South Kona or anything else that you're seeing that has anybody else experienced anything different than us? I think that everyone seems to be having a
It seems to be. I look at our numbers, and then I looked at the overall numbers. There's little market fluctuations and things like that, but overall, for the entire island of Hawaii, we were off 45% in the number of homes sold.
Okay.
And versus 33%. I'm sorry, the homes listed. 33% here in 33% drop there, but
Okay.
45%. So that's right at the same as we are
Yeah.
here.
I think
So,
this is basically almost like really nationwide.
yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there's some
yeah.
markets in America like Las Vegas and Austin
Mainland.
that are having, what I call it, America. Yeah, the mainland. Yeah. With us, really,
You've been
really.
talking to a lot of tourists lately, haven't you?
Well, Eric talked to a woman at a bank on the mainland, and she thought that Hawaii was its own country.
Oh,
So that's an American not knowing Hawaii is part of America.
Yeah.
So no, but the some of the metropolitan areas in on the mainland are seeing a market price decrease.
yeah, I have
Like,
seen that there
choo-choo-choo-choo.
are some.
Yeah, with us, we're not really dropping prices that much. We're just not having a lot of activity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so people who would kind of say, "Hey, I'm waiting to see if the prices are going to drop exponentially on the island before I buy," it's not happening.
It's not happening yet, and I don't see anything that's going to change that in the near future here. They talk about if the economy slows up more in the mainland, it's going to increase. I've been saying this for the 4 years we've been talking. I've been saying it for 2 decades, but it is. We typically, when we see the slowdown from mainland U.S. traffic, we'll have a pickup from Asian countries. So that, or Canada, so it depends on which way it's going. So,
Yeah.
interestingly, they predicted that a few months ago, and the report a couple of days ago said we're not seeing the uptick in the
Foreign.
Asian market coming in, but we're not seeing the drop that we were expecting in the American market coming in either.
Okay.
So that was kind of interesting, I thought,
Yeah,
because they were expecting this with all this inflation and raising rates and everything else, that people are going to tighten their belt a little bit more and not do those trips to Hawaii, maybe not buy those second cars. Interestingly enough, too, is used car rates, which were starting to decrease some. They said they expect like a 7% increase again in used car rates.
Oh.
So I thought that was very interesting,
Oh.
too. That tells a lot about the market.
Well, a lot of people who don't want to buy a brand new car because the rates are shitty, right?
There's still a supply chain problem. It's
Oh.
gotten better. I'm starting to see some rebates. I'm starting to see some things out there. That's always a good sign in the market. But there's just no used car inventory still. That's going to take a while because there was no new car inventory.
Oh, there we go. It
Yeah.
all rolls down, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it all rolls down.
Okay.
So
Eric has a question.
So we got some people on.
Yeah.
Lance was commenting long ago that Lance Bond said absolutely the best, and Brad said aloha, Lance, Julie, and Eric. JJ's
Aloha, guys.
watching. James Porter says aloha from the Porters. We got Todd
Guys.
Karcher is on,
Oh, Todd. Hey, Todd.
and then we got Tammy is on. Tammy and Dave.
Tammy and Dave.
And then we got
And
Tammy.
wait, can we do a little quick shout out for Dave?
yeah,
Okay, so Dave and Tammy own a company called Hawaii Concierge Relocation Services. That's what it is. And Dave, who goes out of his way to catch people's cars at the harbor or at the shipping docks, and also will help people with like light landscaping or any type of like save your ass experience on the east side of Hawaii. He's your guy. So I'll drop
Yep.
their information into the comments below, because when people move to this island, it's nice to have people who will actually do stuff for you on the
Yeah.
other side,
Yeah.
which is very valuable.
Yeah.
Because when you're moving to an island, you don't know anybody.
Yep.
It's nice to be able to call somebody who's actually going to save you on the other side. So
and
thanks,
these guys are so
Tammy and
cool.
Dave.
They've been very awesome. I've met with them a few times, and they are great. So that's good to know.
Yes, and Dave and Tammy are full of aloha. So who else?
Now,
is there?
why we're
Okay. Oh, sorry. Amber says hello.
Amber.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey. I gotta be happy like Amber.
Yeah. No, go like
Hi,
this
Amber.
with Amber. Hey.
Then we got Diane and Sharon and Jill and James Porpoise. He laughed at something. Brad said maybe not in West Hawaii, but according to Amber, it's dropping in the other side.
East Hawaii.
Yeah.
East Hawaii. It
Yeah.
says, and Todd says, Michelle says aloha as well.
There we go.
And Amber, I'm making fun of you because I'm jealous of how energetic you are and how awesome you are. So it wasn't. That's
Yeah.
what it was
Yeah.
as.
She's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
We have so much.
I had
you know
half
what?
that energy.
Yeah. You know what? Amber, going off again on a tangent. Amber and I usually sit next to each other like this on our lanai, which is new, as you guys can see. And we were going to go over, Eric and I, to go over to her side and go sit in her house and sit and have the market update. And then we were, we got into a deal. We had
Oh.
we started doing a contract, and it took a lot longer than we thought. So then Amber and I had to do a Zoom call, and that was our first Zoomy experience.
Yeah.
And it is so much more fun having Amber sitting right next to me, just
Yeah.
like it is with you, Lance.
Thanks.
So next month we hope to hopefully maybe go over to her. But if
Oh,
not,
that'll be cool.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
want to do it from east side. Because, if you're going to do East Hawaii,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
much
Yeah.
better,
So-
more authentic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, hey, do you want to take that question on leasehold?
Sure. What is the question?
The leasehold question is, Eric, it's on my, someone wrote it into the Facebook group.
Oh, you want to look on the Facebook on my
Yeah,
phone?
yeah.
Here.
Just so you guys know that when you do leave questions on the Facebook group, we will answer them.
Sorry, guys.
Hold on. Da, da, da. And if you want to get into the Facebook group, it's a private group, and we let you in if you are not currently working with a realtor, because we'd like to have you work with our team.
I should have checked the pages before I before I came over. I like to look to see if there's questions or things coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
I just got off a meeting with council members, Councilmember Viega today. It was a very good meeting. Talking to her, we'll probably touch on the cesspool
Experience.
updates and conversion and things like that. We got some great news on that, but it was neat to see that the council members, or at least Councilmember Viega and a couple others we've talked to, are kind of along